We recently moved into a new house and my kids have no storage in their rooms. At our old house, they had a ton of built-in storage and we don't have anything here yet. So today, I'm doing a really quick and simple shelving project to add a little bit of storage to their rooms for them to display their Lego sets. I'm gonna show you how you can add some super simple shelves to your home in probably like an hour or less for under 50 bucks. Super cheap and easy project. Anybody can do it, I promise. Let's go.
My biggest priority when planning and installing the shelves for my kids' rooms is that I didn't want it to be complicated or expensive, and I wanted it to be super quick and easy. I have no idea if these shelves are going to last for the long haul. We really just need something to display their Lego sets and little tchotchkes now. Thankfully, this is a super easy project that is affordable and quick, but is gonna look great for as long as they want to keep it. I used 1x12 pine that was already cut down to 4 feet. You can definitely get larger pieces and cut it down, or even use more narrow pieces if you prefer. 2-inch thick wood would also look really nice here and be a little more substantial, but again, I was just trying to save money, so I went with 1x. Once you've got it prepped and sanded, you can go ahead and stain it or paint it in whatever color you prefer. Then it's ready to be hung. You're gonna need a stud finder for this part. I really like to use these magnetic ones because I find that they're a little more foolproof than the ones that sense the studs in the walls. They basically just find a nail that has attached the drywall to a stud and latch themselves right on. I made sure to hit a stud with one side of my brackets, but the other side was going to need wall anchors, so I had to drill a terrifying hole. I used toggle bolts with this shelf, and I actually hate working with toggle bolts, so I switched later. I find them really intimidating and frustrating, and I much prefer the anchors that you can screw directly into the walls. Thankfully, on the other side, I was going directly into a stud, so it was super quick to get the bracket up, and then I could hang my shelf. Cross your fingers and double check that it is level. Thank goodness it was. And then you can attach the shelf directly to the brackets, and then your first shelf is hung. It's really that simple. I was hanging 2 shelves, so here's a little start to finish action of what it looked like to hang that second shelf with no cuts. I started with a bracket that was on the stud side and attached that directly to the wall, and then I moved over to the other side that needed an anchor. I switched to anchors that drill directly into the wall for the second shelf because they're so much easier and they're way faster to work with. They're not quite as sturdy and can't hold as much as a toggle bolt, but this is really just storing some toys and Lego sets, so it doesn't really matter all that much. The most tedious part of this process is all of the measuring to make sure that things are level and look nice once you're done. Just make sure to measure multiple times before you actually drill into the wall, and you should be good to go. Thankfully, my second shelf was also level, which might be a record for me, and I was feeling really good about things. My son is going to want to decorate these shelves himself, and I'm going to let him do that, but I did go ahead and put a few things up there just because there was so much chaos happening in his room that he needed a little bit of help to get started. I also took the time to re-hang his bulletin board. This used to hang above the desk, and as you can see, I used a very scientific guess and check method to hang this with absolutely zero measuring, and thankfully it worked out okay. I put up a few of his special little papers and things that he has saved over the years so that it would be a fun little surprise when he got home from school, and then it was time to declare this little project done. It may not be the most beautifully styled set of shelves in the world, but it's going to make him really happy, and I love that it can hold so much chaos that was elsewhere in his room. While I was at it installing this set of shelves in my younger son's room, I did go ahead and also install some in my older son's room, so now they both have some display space.
This is truly my favorite kind of project. It's quick, it's affordable, and it's something anybody can do. And it solves a major problem in my home. So we're checking like all the boxes here. We still have lots of plans for these kids' rooms. We really are just still getting settled here. They're really dying to get the walls painted and do a few other fun decorating projects in there. So you're gonna have to stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed this project, be sure to go check out my floating shelves that I installed in the living room at our last house if you want a similar look, but maybe feeling a little bit fancier. I'll see you there.